Most seniors eat sardines for heart and bone health, but shocking mistakes in how you choose, prepare, or combine them can actually trigger dangerous side effects instead of benefits. The very fish once praised by Mediterranean elders as a stone of the sea can quietly turn into a source of mercury, hidden salt, lost calcium, or even inflammatory oils that sabotage your health after 60. Before we continue, hit subscribe right now so you never fall victim to hidden food mistakes that could harm your health. Number 1. Mercury. Many people assume that small fish like sardines are always safe, especially compared to larger predators like tuna or swordfish. And in most cases, sardines do carry far less mercury. But here's the shocking truth. Not all sardines are equal. Seniors who eat them daily without checking the source can still expose themselves to harmful levels of mercury and industrial contaminants. Over months and years, even small amounts add up, and that slow accumulation quietly becomes a serious risk. Biologically, mercury is not just a number on a label. It is a neurotoxin that directly disrupts enzyme activity in the brain. Seniors are especially vulnerable because mercury interferes with mitochondrial function, the tiny energy factories inside every cell. When mitochondria fail, fatigue sets in, memory lapses grow more frequent, and balance or coordination may feel weaker. For those already managing mild cognitive decline, mercury is like pouring sand into an already delicate machine. The cultural history of sardines tells a different story. In small coastal villages along Portugal, Spain, and Italy, sardines were prized because they were eaten fresh, caught daily in clear waters. Fishermen never worried about mercury levels because industrial pollution had not yet touched their seas. They grilled sardines straight from the nets, sometimes eating them multiple times a week, and elders lived long lives without fear of contamination. The difference was purity of source, something modern cans do not always guarantee. Today, large-scale canneries sometimes package sardines caught in polluted or poorly regulated waters. Labels can be vague, with phrases like "packed in Europe" or "product of multiple countries." That kind of opacity is a red flag. Studies published in environmental research show that even smaller fish accumulate toxins if they are harvested near industrial shipping lanes or polluted estuaries. Seniors who choose such brands unknowingly introduce a constant drip of heavy metals into their system. So what can be done? Smart seniors learn to read labels as carefully as they read medicine instructions. Sardines labeled as wild caught from the Pacific or North Atlantic consistently test cleaner in independent studies compared to bulk imports with unclear origins. The Pacific, especially near Alaska, has stronger regulations and colder waters that dilute pollutants. In contrast, some bulk products from Southeast Asia or unverified Mediterranean sources show higher variability. Another protective step is variety. Instead of eating sardines every single day from the same brand, rotate between trusted sources or alternate with other low-mercury fish such as anchovies, herring, or wild-caught salmon. This prevents heavy metals from silently accumulating in tissues. The body has some ability to detoxify, but only if the exposure is not constant. Seniors should also remember that mercury accumulates silently. There are no immediate symptoms after one meal. Instead, it is the gradual fatigue, the occasional memory slip, or the unexplained tremor that shows up years later. By then, reversing the damage is difficult. Protecting the brain before damage takes root is far easier. When seniors choose wisely, sardines remain a safe, nourishing ally. But when source is ignored, the same little fish can become a hidden enemy. The difference is not luck, but awareness. Just as elders once trusted their village fishermen, today's seniors must trust only clear, transparent sourcing. Number 2, sodium. A second silent trap hides in the can itself. Sardines are naturally rich in minerals, but when preserved for months on store shelves, manufacturers rely heavily on salt. Many popular brands contain 300 to 400 milligrams of sodium per serving. And that's just in half a can. Seniors who finish the whole can can easily consume over 800 milligrams in one sitting, nearly half the daily allowance for someone managing high blood pressure. The biological impact is immediate. Sodium draws water into blood vessels, increasing volume and pressure. This process is governed by aldosterone, a hormone that tells the kidneys to retain salt and water. For a younger body, occasional spikes may be manageable, but in seniors, stiffened arteries cannot expand as easily. The result is higher pressure against fragile vessel walls, straining both heart and kidneys. Over time, this strain increases risk for strokes, heart attacks, and kidney decline. This is not a modern discovery. Centuries ago, sailors relied on salted sardines and other preserved fish for long voyages. They often developed swollen ankles, high blood pressure, and what doctors of the time called dropsy, a term for dangerous fluid retention. The connection between salt and swelling was clear even before modern medicine could explain the mechanism. Their experience serves as a timeless warning. For today's seniors, the trap lies in habit. Sardines are often seen as a health food, so the salt content gets overlooked. Someone might think, I'm eating fish, not chips, and forget that preservation brine is essentially liquid salt. Over weeks, those milligrams silently stack up, raising pressure little by little until the doctor delivers unexpected news. The good news is that simple steps can reduce this risk without giving up sardines. One protective method is rinsing. Running canned sardines under warm water for just 15 seconds can remove up to 30% of the surface sodium, while leaving omega-3s and protein untouched. Another option is choosing no salt added or low sodium varieties. These may taste slightly milder, but they preserve heart health for the long run. Pairing sardines with potassium-rich foods is another cultural tradition worth reviving. In the Mediterranean, sardines are often served with fresh lemon juice, tomatoes, or greens. Potassium naturally counteracts sodium by relaxing vessel walls and encouraging kidneys to release more salt. Modern research confirms that seniors with higher potassium intake have lower risk of hypertension, even when their diets contain moderate salt. It is also wise to space sardine meals apart rather than eating them daily. If one can add 400 milligrams of sodium, balance it with low-sodium meals throughout the rest of the day. A mindful senior learns to view sodium as cumulative, not isolated. Ultimately, sardines are not dangerous because of salt itself, but because seniors are often unaware of how much is hidden. By rinsing, rotating, and balancing with potassium-rich foods, the sea's little fish can still serve as a protector of the heart instead of a burden on it. Awareness, once again, transforms risk into resilience. Number 3, bones. One of the strangest mistakes seniors make with sardines is avoiding the bones. Some remove them out of habit, others feel squeamish at the texture, and some worry about choking. Yet this avoidance quietly strips sardines of one of their greatest gifts: natural bone medicine for seniors. The tiny soft bones inside sardines are rich in calcium and phosphorus, bound together as hydroxyapatite. This is the very same mineral matrix that builds and repairs human bones. Unlike synthetic supplements, which may not absorb fully, sardine bones arrive in a natural, bioavailable form. When chewed or mashed, the body recognizes the structure and incorporates it directly into its skeletal framework. For seniors at risk of osteoporosis, this is a priceless gift hidden in plain sight. The biological advantage extends further. Along with calcium and phosphorus, sardine bones contain trace amounts of collagen and magnesium, both crucial for bone flexibility and density. Without collagen, bones may become brittle. Without magnesium, calcium deposits may form in arteries instead of bones. Sardine bones deliver a balanced package nature designed for skeletal health. Historically, Mediterranean elders always consumed sardines whole. In fishing villages of Greece and southern Italy, sardines were grilled and eaten with head and bones intact. Children grew up accustomed to the crunch, and elders referred to sardines as a stone of the sea. a poetic nod to their bone-building power. Women past menopause, especially vulnerable to bone loss, relied on sardines as a natural defense long before pharmaceutical calcium tablets existed. Modern seniors often miss this wisdom. By discarding the bones, they unknowingly throw away the very nutrient that makes sardines superior to many other fish. Worse, those who rely solely on dairy for calcium may not absorb it well, especially if lactose intolerance is present. Sardine bones bypass this issue, offering calcium in a non-dairy, highly digestible form. The discomfort is mostly psychological. Sardine bones are not sharp or dangerous. They soften during canning and crumble easily when chewed. For those who still feel uneasy, a simple solution is mashing sardines into a spread or mixing them into pasta sauces. This integrates the bones invisibly, so seniors gain the benefit without noticing the texture. Science confirms what tradition knew. A study in the Journal of Food Composition and Analysis found that canned sardine bones contain over 200 milligrams of calcium per serving, nearly as much as a full glass of milk. Combined with phosphorus, this creates a perfect ratio for skeletal absorption. Seniors who eat sardine bones regularly may reduce fracture risk significantly, especially when paired with vitamin D from sunlight or supplements. The tragedy is that many seniors, thinking they are being cautious, are actually depriving themselves. By skipping bones, they weaken the very foundation they are trying to protect. But the solution is simple. Embrace the whole fish, chew slowly, and remember that every tiny crunch is a gift of strength. Smart seniors know that independence in later years depends on strong legs and stable bones. Sardines, eaten whole as tradition intended, are one of nature's simplest and most effective ways to preserve that independence. The bones may seem small, but their impact is immense. Number 4, oils. The final mistake lies not in the fish itself, but in the company it keeps inside the can. Many sardines are packed in oils that quietly sabotage their benefits. While omega-3 fatty acids in sardines are powerful anti-inflammatory protectors, the wrong oil can cancel them out or even create harm. Cans filled with refined soybean or sunflower oil are the most concerning. These oils are high in unstable omega-6 fatty acids. During long months on the shelf, especially under bright store lights, these oils oxidize. Oxidized oils turn into free radicals, unstable molecules that attack healthy cells. For seniors, the result can be worsening joint inflammation, increased arthritis pain, and higher cardiovascular stress. What begins as a meal for healing becomes fuel for inflammation. Biologically, the problem is competition. Omega-6 fatty acids compete with omega-3s for the same enzymes in the body. When omega-6 dominates, the body produces more inflammatory compounds called prostaglandins and leukotrienes. This imbalance is linked to higher risks of heart disease, autoimmune flares, and even cognitive decline. For seniors who eat sardines specifically to reduce inflammation, the irony is painful. The oil turns protector into saboteur. Tradition again shows the safer path. In Portugal and Spain, sardines have long been preserved in extra virgin olive oil. Olive oil is rich in antioxidants like polyphenols, which shield delicate fish fats from oxidation. It complements omega-3s rather than competing with them, creating a powerful anti-inflammatory synergy. Elders in these regions often ate sardines with fresh bread and olive oil, a pairing that fueled some of the highest life expectancies in Europe. Modern brands vary widely. Some market sardines in vegetable oil without specifying the type, a vague label that usually means the cheapest available option, often soybean oil. Others clearly state packed in olive oil, but not all olive oils are equal. The best options use extra virgin olive oil, which retains more antioxidants. Another safe choice is sardines packed in water, which eliminates the risk of rancid oils altogether and lets seniors add their own fresh olive oil at home. The solution is empowerment through awareness. Seniors who check labels carefully can transform sardines back into a healing food. Choosing olive oil or water-packed varieties ensures that omega-3 benefits reach the joints, heart, and brain without sabotage. Pairing sardines with fresh vegetables, lemon, or herbs further strengthens their protective effect. Science supports these choices. Research in the Journal of Nutrition shows that replacing refined oils with olive oil reduces inflammatory markers and improves arterial flexibility, especially in older adults. Seniors who make this switch often report less stiffness, better mobility, and more stable energy. The lesson is clear: sardines themselves are not the problem. It is the hidden oils that determine whether each can heals or harms. Seniors who respect this detail enjoy all the ancient benefits of the sea's little fish, without the silent inflammation of modern shortcuts. Just as wise elders once insisted on purity, today's seniors can protect themselves by choosing wisely. In the end, sardines can be one of the most powerful longevity foods for seniors, but only if you avoid these mistakes that turn a superfood into a silent danger. By guarding against mercury, rinsing away hidden sodium, embracing the bones, and choosing the right oil, you reclaim sardines as an ally for heart, brain, and bone health. If you've ever eaten sardines regularly, share in the comments. Do you rinse them, eat the bones, or stick to certain brands? Your tips might help another senior avoid a costly health mistake. And stay tuned, because in the next video, I'll reveal the bedtime ritual that actually builds muscle while you sleep, and the shocking reason most seniors are unknowingly sabotaging it.